Hello everybody, it's your boy Chill Will, and today I'm reviewing the PSP. Shouts out to Michael Cook for helping me get one. He actually had 3 of them. One just looked completely god-awful. It was missing one of these, so that's not a good sign. And Michael had the other, so he gave me one after much persuasion, and this is what it looks like. And I just got this movie because they actually had movies on this thing, and also some games too, some very phenomenal games. I don't really play video games as much as I collect for them. I like to I love getting video games so I can go to game stores and actually buy stuff. And then the person goes in and I have like my region-free mod console, and they walk in and they say, oh, this, and they say, once you're buying this, are you sure, do you know that this game won't actually work on your North American console? And I'm like, yeah, I got a region-free one. Wait, what the hell? I can, like, remove it like that. Shoot. See? Okay. So what that looks like. So, let me give you some history here. So, it was late 2004. Sony was still going great with the PS2, and Nintendo in the handheld nearly monopolized the market. They actually monopolized the market because before 2004, there were no real consoles that tried to like bow against Nintendo and actually get a share of the market, carve out like a new niche. And whatever ones did, and they tried to be more, the ones that decided to be more cutting edge, like the Nokia N-Gage, essentially failed miserably to ride off the success of the GBA. Simply the main problem being that you actually had to strip the console of everything and then put it back together to play games. But so Sony decided to bring a PS2, put a PS2 in, and make it look like a regular portable, like the original GBA, and then this is what came of it. And this lasted a long time, better than like most consoles you know of. Like they've like it was mainly from 04 to late 2004 to 2011, and let's see, you can do Netherlands. I might do probably high, but like, yeah. So this is what it actually looks like, the game.
Mr. Ambassador, believe me, there is no need to be alarmed.
And here's a cutscene in it. And it's really fresh, the screen. This one's really old, but I tore it open and it still works. That's how it's really flexible, even though a lot of people hate on this UMD. But let me be frank here. This UMD, sure, it increased manufacturing costs, but it was really something else, and it had more game. It had the ability to play its own proprietary movie format, the UMD, with multiple movies, mainly coming from Sony, Paramount, Lionsgate, Universal, and more. I think Disney maybe, but tons of companies, and Sony, of course. And I also have a movie in here. I have Hackers. Got it for $10 at Zia because it was the only one they had, and yeah. Rated PG-13 for some sexuality and strong language. in brief, strong language. Sure, the DS. I actually like this more than the DS, as even though that had dual screen, didn't have a it didn't have a D-pad, and the D-pad's like the best part of all these consoles. So yeah, but it almost looked like the SNES controller. It actually kind of was a SNES controller. It's literally just a SNES controller, but on a console. And so that would make the original Game Boys were literally just NES controllers. Had all the NES buttons, and yeah. So I'm trying to see what a movie here looks like. It's
Who are you talking to?
doing a review. See, does it play? Oh, it's Dutch. Are Dutch people watching this or something? Kijkwijzer? No.
Just bring like a. Who's calling? You want me to come? No. What are you doing? Well, we gotta leave in 15 minutes.
Okay. Look at that crispness. So I would say in the 2000s, Sony made me so I sold my soul to Sony. I didn't own any consoles until I got the Wii and during Christmas '09. So, but if I were to, even as a Nintendo fanboy, I would say I lost it with the PS3, because these are just some of the most advanced pieces of video game hardware you can find. PS3 had its own Blu-ray player. It had 4 USB ports if you wanted backwards compatibility, 2 if you wanted. I think it was 4 at the beginning. There was like a 20 gig and there was like a 60 gig and 80 gig model. I'm not really good with it, but they were essentially backwards compatible, but they made it more expensive because of that. Then I think they released ones with only 2 USB ports and none of the flap that you can open. But I find all these PS3 consoles that are like, the flaps are broken, so it's like, yeah, but they still sell it at the same price, and that's kind of infuriating. Anyways, I'd have to give the PSP have to give it like a 9.5. Maybe the DS would be like a 5, maybe a 9.0. No, maybe like a 8.7 or an 8.9. 3DS I'd give like a 9. No, I'd give it an 8.9 because it's not region free, so that's that. But this, even though the movies are region locked, the games aren't. So, same with the PS3. The games are region free, but the console itself really isn't, so it doesn't play PS2 and PS1 games of other regions. So, yeah, that'll be my review, and play hardy, my homies.